Jets.
The Jets.
The Jets.
The New York Jets.
The Jets Board.
Jets, Jets. What is going on, Jet fans? And welcome back to another episode of the Jets Board. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and I'm so excited to be back with you guys. Got a fun one for you in this video. But first, if you have been here before, welcome back. You know I love having you guys here. You guys keep coming back for more, and I love making these videos for you. I'm glad you are enjoying them. And if you are new here, welcome. Whether you're a Jets fan, a fan of another NFL team, or just a casual NFL fan, you are always welcome here. It is a safe space for you. Now, guys, getting into it today, I wanted to bring up a big conversation for the New York Jets that's been going on since earlier this season, and that is always the talk about the quarterback position. The Jets had hopes for Justin Fields, and as the season's gone on, starting out 0-7, and even as he struggled going on, he has not looked like the future of our team. We have Tyrod Taylor playing. He's looked better, and he's helped us get to 3 wins on the season with 5 games remaining. But the big conversation is the upcoming draft. There are going to be top QB prospects like Fernando Mendoza from Indiana that a lot of people are in love with. Dante Moore, is he going to come out from Oregon or is he going to go back? A lot of people, there's been rumors that he's considering coming out, which could be very, very interesting for this QB class. And then the other big name guy, Ty Simpson from Alabama. These are the 3 big named quarterbacks that a lot of Jets fans want to target and possibly trade up for if we're not in a top 3 pick or a top 5 pick. And my mentality about that is hold off on that because I don't think this is a strong quarterback class in general. The top 3 quarterbacks, yes, they're good. And if the Jets drafted them, I'd be happy. But I'm not going to trade up picks for them. I've been on that side this whole time so far. And honestly, I think you can still get a decent quarterback later in this draft. Next year's QB class is going to be so much better. So I think the Jets really, really need to consider banking on building up this team through the draft and reaching for going for a quarterback next year's draft, because I think it's going to be so much better. But if you're still on the page of wanting to grab a quarterback in this year's draft, well, I think there are some really big names you can consider later in the draft that could actually surprise some people. And I'm going to go through a list of 5 that I have on here. Some guys are very well known. Some might not be well known. But I think you need to watch some film on them and consider these guys as QB options for the Jets because I think they're pretty good, actually. So let's get into the first one. A guy who's been making a name for himself. We got Diego Pavia, quarterback from Vanderbilt. He's 6 foot, 207 pounds. He has been solid this year. He's a very mobile quarterback, can get in and out of the pocket, very good, can throw on the run, has great footwork in the pocket as well. Not the strongest arm, but is pretty accurate. And I could see the Jets targeting him around the 5th round. So that could be a QB option for the New York Jets. He's a very quick processor. He can read defenses and dissect them very, very quickly as well. The problem is his stature. He's not the biggest guy, and he's not the most athletic. Yes, he can maneuver around the pocket and can run for some first downs, but he's not the most athletic dude, and he doesn't have the strongest arm. So being in New York, where winter, the weather can get pretty rough, is he going to be able to throw through that windy season, the cold? I don't know if that would work for him, but as a solid backup quarterback, I think he could be very, very good and somebody who could be a good leader on this team as well. So he is somebody that you could really consider taking later in this draft. Now, another guy that has been making a name for himself, Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss. They just lost Lane Kiffin, their head coach, transferred to LSU. So I'm interested to see how he's going to do going the rest of the season. But this guy's got a rocket of an arm. He has a cannon. He's great when throwing off platform, getting out of the pocket, running for first downs. He's very athletic, very quick. Problem is, he tends to wait for receivers to get wide open. His natural instincts of just letting it rip doesn't really work. Takes a little bit longer to process. So he's got all the intangibles. Again, too, light frame. He's only 6'1", 200 pounds. So is he going to be able to be durable and withstand some big hits in the NFL that he's going to be taking? But if he can, the kid's got a rocket of an arm. Needs to work on his footwork a little bit. But if he can just get the fundamentals down and look and basically progress through his receiving options, this kid can be pretty good and could be shocking to people and could actually start some games in the NFL. I think he could be very good and a very underrated guy as well. So Trinidad Chambliss is somebody I've been very interested in recently as well, and interested to see how he's going to do now since his offensive-minded head coach, Lane Kiffin, is now gone. So Trinidad Chambliss being another late-round pick that I think the Jets could target at the quarterback position. The third guy is a guy that I've been big on this whole time. I love Taylen Green from Arkansas. He's 6'6", 224 pounds. He's a monster of a man, has no issue seeing over the offensive line, cannon of an arm. The issue is he is quick to pull the ball and run. He's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the draft, if not the fastest. Long strides, just like a Josh Allen type of guy. Cannon of an arm, slow processor though, relies a lot on his feet. And another issue as well is he needs to learn how to slide. He is susceptible to some big time hits when he's running because he is a bigger guy. He thinks he can just shoulder people over. In the NFL, he's going to get run over and he's going to get hurt that way. But he flashes first round talent as a quarterback. The problem is being able to get the fundamentals down. Think of Anthony Richardson, who the Colts drafted. Guy with all the talent in the world. Cannon of an arm. Awesome runner of the football. Can do anything out there. Taylen Green is just like that. The problem is he seems to wait till his wide receivers get wide open. He doesn't trust himself to get the ball into those tight holes that he needs to make at the NFL level. So, and he has a longer throwing motion as well, which could hurt him. There are a lot of things that he needs to work on. He's going to be a big project coming into the NFL, but man, he's flashed first round talent. And if he can hit his stride, this kid could be a very, very good quarterback in the NFL. It's just, he's a project. There's going to be a lot of things they're going to need to work on. So Taylen Green, one of my favorites and somebody I would be really happy if the Jets got later in the draft, somebody who I think could fit this offense as well if we wanted to continue with the running style of quarterback. Now, getting into the next one, and this guy is very, very, how should I put it? A lot of fans, you either love him or you hate him, and that's Carson Beck from Miami. He is 6'4", 220 pounds, somebody who's looked at as being, going into it last year at Georgia, into this year, looked at being a top quarterback. And it just really hasn't come together for him. He can read defenses very well. His footwork is very good. His arm is decent. He's got the prototypical size of a quarterback that you want. It's all up here. Can he have that confidence to make every throw? Because if he does, when he's on, he is one of the better quarterbacks in this draft class. When he's off, man, it is a rough one to watch. And by transferring to Miami, he's already trying to fill in Cam Ward's shoes, who was awesome last year and is doing okay in the NFL for the Titans. Carson Beck, I think, has better intangibles than Cam Ward and is more of a prototypical type of quarterback that you want. But, man, he is very inconsistent. If he can get some consistency, he could be a first-round quarterback. The problem is with his consistency. When he starts to get pressured, he makes errant throws, and it looks rough out there. But when he's got a clean pocket and can set his feet, he can make any throw. Got a decent arm, very smart, can read defenses. It's all about the pressure up the middle, though, which he gets a lot of. So watch out for Carson Beck. Either he's going to go high in this draft or he's going to fall. And I'm on the board of, I'm not the biggest fan of Carson Beck, but in a late round pick, I wouldn't mind it if you're looking for a quarterback. As long as like 4th, 5th round maybe, I wouldn't mind if the Jets took a swing on him. And last one is another quarterback that looked like in the beginning of the year be one of the best quarterbacks in this draft. And that's Drew Allar. Drew Allar's name hasn't come up a lot, and a lot of people were very down on him because the biggest question was going into Penn State's season this year, how is Allar going to look without Tyler Warren? And to be honest, not great. He had some big-time throws, but there were a lot of mistakes. Played okay in the Oregon game, but made a really, really bad throw in overtime to lose that game for Penn State in a showdown that one of the better games this season in college football. Drew Allar has all of the intangibles to be the best quarterback in this draft. Last year, if he came out, he would have been a first-round pick. This year was looked at as being the top quarterback other than like Garrett Nussmeier, who got benched, who's somebody I really like. Drew Allar, the injury to him, knocking him out for the season, really hurt his draft stock as well. Great arm. He's got the prototypical quarterback size, 6'5", 235 pounds, strong kid, can maneuver around the pocket, can run for first downs, could be like that Big Ben type of quarterback that the Steelers had years ago. He's somebody I do really like, but the mistakes that he makes are very concerning. The safety with the ball, very, very concerning. Is he going to be able to lift up an offense? Or do you need to build a lot of good pieces around him for him to be successful? I'm not sure. But if he was there in the later rounds, I would take a swing on him right away because I think he does have all that talent and could be a future starting quarterback in the NFL. So, guys, these are all the quarterbacks that I have that could be late round gems for the New York Jets if they were to miss on a Fernando Mendoza, a Ty Simpson, and a Dante Moore. Let me know what you guys think. If there are quarterbacks that you think in the later rounds that I missed that you think would be better for the New York Jets that you're looking at, let me know. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for any notifications of when I post videos. And follow me on X, follow me on Instagram, and follow me on TikTok. I post all my videos on there as well. And again, guys, I appreciate you. I love you. And thank you so much for joining me in the JETS Jets Ward. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
The Jets Ward.